Impressive. Excellent.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition, or the first edition, if you will, of NSPN's Watch Party here live at Ducky's Sports Bar. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Of course, Blake and Blake Sports.
Long time.
Getting you. It has been a long time, too long at this point, right?
Reunited and it feels so good.
Getting you ready for, of course, the Texans versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And big game tonight for me. I'm excited about it because, of course, we're on NSPN. We're live here at Ducky's Bar and Grill on Kennedy. And, of course, we've got other people in the background here. We got Jay Buck from the 525 plan, Jason Powers, the Power Man here, Allison Kohler, and, of course, yours truly, along with Mr. Blake Anthony. And we'll take your phone calls if you do want to call in. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So the starters are going to be playing tonight, most likely first half. How excited are you? Because I know there's been a lot of Bucks fans out there not too excited about preseason because they've seen the second and the third stringers play, and it necessarily hasn't worked out and hasn't been very pretty.
I could care less. I told you before about the scores in preseason. I care about these guys getting quality reps and getting to see progression out of these guys since they really didn't have that chance last year in 2020 due to COVID-19. Now with the starters playing, I totally understand where BA is coming from because the Buccaneers are on a short week because they're the first game of the year. They're on the spotlight. They're the only game playing for to start off the season Thursday night playing against the Dallas Cowboys in Tampa Bay. So I definitely get why he's doing it. Am I excited about it? No, but it has to be done. They have to come out there and play against some other live bullets besides playing against their own opponents. So you can get a better feel coming into that Thursday game, and you kind of get a rhythm coming into that Thursday game. But am I excited for it? Not really that the starters got to play, but I definitely understand it as far as a coaching aspect.
And we got some breaking news that happened about a couple hours ago that's affected this team. It's been the COVID situation, of course, and Ndamukong Suh placed on that list along with the two guards, Leverett and, of course, Earl Watford. And early on in the week, it was Ryan Suckup. So, as much as we don't want to talk about it, it seems like definitely it's going to affect this team, and it's going to affect this team tonight. No Suh and no two guards. So you hope when I heard about Suh and basically him being on that COVID list, I automatically thought, hopefully it's not Vita Vea. Hopefully it's not McClendon. Hopefully it's not the guys in that room, because that's usually what happens, and that's what's happened with these guards. So you're down depth in that. You're down on the defensive line. I get it's a preseason game, but you definitely want to be ready here because only 12 days away from Bucks versus the Cowboys.
Definitely that. So when you see the two guards go down, a name should come right to everybody's mind is Big Country. Robert Hainsey out of Notre Dame. He's a big man from Notre Dame. So it's his time to come out there and shine, play the two-way spot, come in there and play some reps at center, and definitely is going to come in there and play some reps at guard.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll definitely get you ready for Bucks versus the Texans, the third preseason game, live here at Ducky, 1719 West Kennedy Avenue. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Again, we got Jason Powers. We got all kinds of guests coming in here. Wanted to get on earlier, but sometimes traffic gets in the way. Things get in the way.
Life.
But you know what? That's how it goes sometimes.
That's the biz.
And then open phone lines, of course, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So Tom Brady, only 6 snaps this whole preseason. You're going to see a lot of him tonight. And, of course, you knock on wood when Brady's going to start because, of course, at the end of the day, it's not only just about evaluation. It's also about staying clean and staying
healthy.
Staying
That's
healthy.
The key word for
exactly.
Me. Keyword. Yeah, you're definitely right. You hit that spot on. You're going to see a lot of handoffs. You're going to see a lot of Leonard Fournette, a lot of Ronald Jones. You're going to probably see a little bit more Giovanni Bernard, my former Tar Heel.
Sure.
You're probably going to see a lot of those guys. And then later in the game, you're going to see Keyshawn Vaughn and CJ Procise. That's my prediction from early to the end of the game.
Right.
But, of course, now you want to look at the wide receiver spot. Jalen Darden, Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Where does Tyler Johnson fall? And then there's a name nobody spoke about all preseason. I'll give it to you. It's Justin Watson. Does he make the roster?
I don't think he does. I think he's the odd man out, and I think that's a position where you're going to see some movement. Whether it's Jaden Mickens, whether it's Jalen Darden, you would assume that Darden basically is going to make this team not only because he was handpicked by Tom Brady, but because he's a fourth-round pick. And you know that he wants to show out tonight because he's in his home state. He's back in his home state.
Yep, he's back home. And I'm going to put this out there. Well, as I predicted Justin Watson not to make the roster earlier this year, I'll put this out there too. Justin Watson will make the roster if Jaden Mickens gets in legal trouble and is forced to leave the team. Then Justin Watson will make this roster. But as of right now, I got Justin Watson not making this roster. He's been injured, and he kind of took a step back last year. It was kind of bad, played a lot, and then didn't see the field again afterwards. Now, it's sad you're not going to see Nick Verrett coming in the second year, get some reps playing. So the safety position is really a toss-up as me and Deshaun Tisdale interfered Chris Cooper earlier fighting for a safety spot, along with Ross Cockrell moving from the corner to the safety spot. Yeah, we'll just call it DBs moving around. So there's going to be a lot of fights in this matchup coming up. So look forward to seeing some really, really hard fighting coming from both teams.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then some position battles that you're looking for. Excuse me.
It's okay.
Yeah, I got choked up there because the position battles, not only at wide receiver, but also at linebacker. KJ Britt, you would assume he makes this team. A lot of coaches talking about him. And the kid, Mr. Irrelevant, Grant Stewart. That's a guy that's been making plays.
Last week,
so that's a position right there that you could see some movement from because you know who your linebackers are going to be. It's going to be Devin White and Levante David. But now you're talking about backups and depth and stuff like that.
Yeah, KJ Britt is definitely a guy I really, really look forward to. Defensive captain out there and a much defensive talented Auburn. It almost seems like Tampa Bay is the second Auburn because we got both DBs from Auburn. Now you got KJ Britt. I'm sure there's some other ones, but KJ Britt's definitely a guy who's going to be a star in the future. Joe Johnson that had that pick last week. Right. Pick 6 last week. See where he's at. He kind of fell off. Well, not last week, the first game. He kind of fell off week 2 preseason game.
Sure.
But there's going to be a lot of fun matchups. You got Khalil Davis. A guy who really, I know we're talking about other spots, but there's a guy that nobody really keeps bringing up is where does Nelson fall?
Right.
Nelson has been a guy on a milk carton, for God's sake.
Well, he really has, but you have the emergence of Joe Tryon, and fans are going to get a chance to see him tonight. You talk about Khalil Davis. That's been your guy. We've had Coach Des Walker, pass rushing specialist, get on here and say, look, that's the future right there. That's a guy that, definitely showed out last week, one of the lone bright spots against the Titans. And now you know that, once again, it's all about fighting for depth on that defensive line because that defensive line is basically stacked.
Oh, yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. You know me for years and years. Where do I always say get depth?
Yes.
The big hogs up front. And and they got plenty of them.
Yes.
So that's not really an area of concern. Yeah, you got 2 guards out on the O-line. I'm sure the starting 5 is going to make sure Brady's clean. I'd be more than happy for them to take holding penalties so Brady doesn't get hit. That is okay with me because it's in a meaningless game. But we're talking about defensive line. Khalil Davis has definitely showed up. I've been on him since day one. He's gotten in the backfield a whole lot this preseason. They haven't equated to tackles, but it set up other people to make plays, and that's perfectly fine because if one wins, they all win on defense.
So we're live here at Ducky's right there, 1719 West Kennedy Avenue here in Tampa. I'm your host, Peter Blake, live here on NSPN Watch Party, getting you ready for Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. And people are like, oh, it's this preseason. Look, again, first guys are playing tonight. What's some other position battles that you're looking forward to in this game, Blake Anthony?
Well, we talked about wide receiver. We already know that's stacked. We talked about linebackers. We talked about safeties. We haven't really got any kicking competitions, do we? There's no kicking competitions going on here. That is a good thing, Peter.
Right.
For God's sakes, we've been talking for years and years about the damn kicking issue.
But you're gonna see Jose Borgals, the rookie from Miami.
Say that 3 times fast.
I can't say it 3 times fast. I don't even know if I pronounced his name correctly. But
sorry, Jose.
You're going to get a chance to see him tonight because of the Ryan Suckup situation with COVID. And I know a lot of the Buccaneer organization doesn't want to see that during the season. So at least you get it out of the way right now. But you're going to get an opportunity to see the Lou Groza kicker right there who is accurate. Let's see what he can do tonight. Hopefully you're not, depending on field goals. But again, it's all about evaluation process, and that's what they want to see. They want to see the rookie kicker out of Miami, and you're going to get a chance to see him tonight.
I got 4 words for that whole kicking situation. You ready for it? No way, Jose.
Yeah?
I'm going with
No way, Jose?
No way, Jose.
All right, I tell you what, let's go out to these comments here because we do read the comments. Christopher Cole says, LFG. All right, let me go ahead and fire those cannons right there. There we go. Hold on. Well, that was something different. Yeah, we got a little John there.
That worked out.
Yes, Houston's defense is underrated. We haven't talked about Houston's defense because the big-time story in the offseason has been the distraction of Deshaun Watson, whether he's going to play on the field, the off-the-field issues. Now you get a report today from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk that he could possibly be traded this week to the Miami Dolphins or Carolina Panthers. Yeah, how much substance do you put into those rumors first and foremost, and what do you think of the situation? I know overall, off the field, it's tough to talk about, but on the field, it's absolutely an impact. Here is a young quarterback who just got done throwing for over 4,000 yards. Big-time franchise quarterback, doesn't want to play for them. They don't know if they're going to be able to get enough trade value, and then on top of it, you have the off-the-field issues.
There's always going to be talks. It's just teams have to really weigh their options if they really want to run with Deshaun Watson.
Right.
You already know once you bring that in, it's not just the football you got to deal with. Now you got to deal with all the crap from social media.
Sure.
You got to deal with all the crap from other teams, and you got to deal with everything. It's not just one thing, and the media, of course.
Right.
But there's always a possibility. It's just, will a team get desperate enough to make that move?
Right.
And then the other part is who has the salary cap to afford Watson's contract?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And look, Houston, at the end of the day, they want 3 first-round picks. And I get it. But if you're, the Carolina Panthers, or you're the Miami Dolphins, are you really willing to give up 3 first-round picks for a guy that you don't even know if it's going to play this year, let alone next year?
Those are 2 teams that don't need to give up any type of draft collateral.
Right.
Yes, I understand you want to win right now.
Right.
But they are both on the upward as far as Miami has done an outstanding job when it comes to building their roster. They have built a decent roster from the defensive side to the offensive side. Now let's see, with all the injuries that they had last year, they get a restart this year with all their starters back. Now Carolina, you hire Matt Rule. Yeah, he's obviously he's got the reputation for building teams. He built up that Baylor squad. He built up that Temple squad. Now he comes to Carolina that desperately needs help after an exit of Ron Rivera, who's going to rebuild Washington. It's time for another conversation another time. But we're talking about Matt Rule. So they're definitely on the upswing. You brought on a guy that I interviewed personally is Denzel Perryman, who has been a stud this offseason, is leading that Panther defense, and Chung in the secondary. And they just picked up Joe Horn's son out of South Carolina.
J.C. Horn.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've picked up numerous. And
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's supposed to be your quarterback, and all of a sudden you want to trade for Deshaun Watson. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how much, again, validity you put into those reports, but it's come out today, so we'll see what happens.
Reports.
And then somebody was talking about the defense being underrated. Guess who's the defensive coordinator, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer head coach?
Oh,
Lovie Smith. So that's another story we can definitely touch on tonight here live on NSPN. What's up, guys? Says Brandon with the beer. Love it. There we go. Dylan Moran. Okay, I guess he's tagging people there. So Eric White. Let's go out to JC Allen here. Oh, hey, guys. What's going on? Olga says, hey, guys, sitting in the back watching the show.
We see you.
Yes. I want some people in the background to make some noise. Can we get a Tampa Bay chant? Can we get that?
I think they're getting sauced up.
Can we get that? Can we get a Tampa Bay chant?
They got to get a few drinks in them first.
Okay, there you go.
Drinks in them.
Love it. Let's go out to Mike Deason. Looking good, guys. Right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And it's not worth it. Yeah, I mean, I think that goes back to Deshaun Watson. That's what it comes down to. It really isn't worth it.
Those 2 teams don't need to give away anything. We're talking about Dolphins and Panthers.
But if you're a respective team and with all the allegations off the field, are you really putting a lot of confidence in Roger Goodell and the league overall?
The only team that I could have saw legitimacy trying to trade for him is Philadelphia Eagles, because they just traded for Minshew out of Jacksonville. So the rumors shows that they were actually interested in Deshaun Watson. I'm sure they were in talks of getting him. They just probably weren't willing to give up those 3 first-round draft picks and deal with that contract and deal with the media explosion from that. Yeah,
I think that's what it comes down to. Again, what are you looking forward to seeing in this preseason game tonight? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. We are live here at Ducky's on West Kennedy Avenue, 1719 West Kennedy, Ducky's Sports Bar. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of NSPN. We're going to bring on Jason Powers here in just a moment. But what's some other things that you're looking forward to? I get it. It's a preseason game. Let's get it all out of the way. It's a preseason game, but at the end of the day, your number one starters are playing. So the running back battle that still has not been decided yet, it seems like, is it the victim of volume and a Ronald Jones, or is it a Lombardi Lenny and a Leonard Fournette?
Right now, it looks like it's going to be Lombardi Lenny coming in the first spot, because otherwise, they had to come up with some type of agreement for Lenny to come back here. Granted, I know he built a home here and he's rebuilding his identity back here in Tampa Bay after being exited by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ronald Jones should come in there and feel nice. It's just both backs. You had 18 drops out of all the backs last year. Leonard Fournette seemed to catch the ball a lot better than Ronald Jones last year. That's can't argue with that.
Right.
2 of Ronald Jones's fumbles last year came from pass receptions. So that's why you brought in Giovanni Bernard. But if you're talking about the 2, you have to go kind of with Leonard Fournette. I mean, Leonard Fournette absolutely dominated at the end of last year when Ronald Jones had injuries. Ronald Jones, had his chance to score in the Super Bowl and got stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Sure.
But Leonard Fournette delivered from the playoffs to the Super Bowl.
I agree with you on that, but I still feel like the best runner on this team is Jones. He has a lot to prove. He's got to catch the ball better, of course, consistently, pass protection, but they got Giovanni Bernard. I mean, I think that's the most exciting acquisition that a lot of people are not talking about at this point. With him being on third down, how much do you think you're going to see of him tonight on those third down opportunities?
He's probably going to get some more carries. I know he probably wanted more from last week. He just got 2 receptions, made great catches. But a lot of people, I know everybody just says Giovanni Bernard's going to catch passes at the backfield. You forget that this guy can really run the ball, man. This guy can run the rock.
Yes, he can. He absolutely can. All right, let's go back out to the comments here. Kelly Gray says, fire the cannons. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fire those cannons really quick. And then let's go out to Omar. How's it going, Blake Anthony?
What's up, Omar?
And let's go out to Justin Hyder. I'm looking to see if Tryon can stock another good game. I tell you what, let's take a commercial break really quick. Let's adjust. We're going to get some other people on. And once we do, we'll be back here live from Ducky's on NSPN, where sports media evolves. Keep it locked.
Hey, Stan Arthur here for the I Love St. Pete Facebook group. If you're a business owner looking to connect with tens of thousands of potential new local customers, you owe it to yourself to get enrolled in our Key Tag Rewards program. Since 2019, we've signed up more than 200 local merchants. Sponsor opportunities are available too, such as our group banner ad and even your own custom key tags. Just go to stpetekeytag.com, get enrolled, and get ready to get busy. stpetekeytag.com.
All right, welcome back to Ducky's here live on NSPN as we're getting you ready for Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. Let me go ahead and get your shot. There we go, right there. The power man himself, Mr. Jason Powers. How does that? Yes, I know. Yes, I get it. I understand. Yes. Okay, hold on a sec here. Stand by.
Hey, Stan Arthur here for the I Love St. Pete Facebook group. If you're a business owner looking to connect with tens of thousands of potential new local customers, you owe it to yourself to get enrolled in our Key Tag Rewards program. Since 2019, we've signed up more than 200 local merchants. Sponsor opportunities are available too, such as our group banner ad and even your own custom key tags. Just go to stpetekeytag.com, get enrolled, and get ready to get busy. stpetekeytag.com.
All right, there you go. You got to love being on the remote here, Jason Powers. Let me go ahead and get your intro right there. There you go. Preseason game with the Houston Texans tonight, of course, Powers on Sports Podcast. Welcome here at NSPN live here from Ducky's What are you most looking forward to this game tonight? Finally, number one starters getting some playing time, right?
The beauty of live TV.
I love it, right?
Live events.
Are you trying to fix the shot and then they're going this way and this way? I'm like, get behind the camera. That's it.
We're good. Great to be here at Ducky's.
Yes.
Great place to watch ball games, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever you like.
Right.
Tonight's game, I want to see some rhythm in the offense. You want to see guys get some plays.
Right.
Because you don't want to be going into the Dallas game having played 8-10 plays. You want these guys to get a good lather, the first unit to get 15, 20, 25, 30 snaps.
Sure.
Offense and defense if you can. And obviously you want to see the offense get efficient, be productive, and go out and at least, you want to see them score 10 to 14, 10 to 17 points against a very vulnerable Houston Texans.
I smell a blowout, honestly, and that's the reason why is because basically, the second and third string have done nothing in preseason. Not that we expected them to do in the first place, but you hear BA, you hear that he's upset. He wants more. He wants them to get out to a great start. Yeah. That's what this Buccaneer team needs to do, and having the first half, having Tom Brady play only 6 snaps in this preseason overall, you definitely have to expect maybe some type of explosion from this offense tonight. And that's what you want to see because you're only, 12 days away
you want to
from
see
Dallas.
Rhythm.
Right.
You want to see good protection.
Correct.
Again, if they don't score 30 points, it ain't the big a deal, but you want to see completed passes, good pass protection, establish a little bit of a running game where you can get some guys some carries, where you get some 4 or 5 yards a clip.
Right.
You don't want to be seeing a lot of negative plays and procedural things, penalties, holding, delay of games. Those kind of things are the things you really want to show tonight that you're that you're efficient and in tune, ready to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely ready to go.
And there's one battle. There's still one battle.
What's the battle that you're looking forward to in this
Alex
game?
Kappa and Aaron Stinney.
That's
the one
about,
position battle that really has not been determined yet.
Well, is that one battle that you think maybe possibly if Kappa doesn't play well that Stinney could win because the way he played in the postseason, kind of like, going back to the running back situation, we really don't know who the number one running back is. Is it Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette? Same thing here. You have Kappa play well all regular season, then he gets hurt in the postseason. Stinney comes in, plays a lot better. Right.
Proved he can do it.
Right, exactly.
No, I definitely think that's the one battle from a starting spot that's available. And again, Bruce Arians just talked about both guys are in it. Kappa's probably got a little bit of the lead, but if he doesn't play well and Stinney plays well, it's something that it'll be a quick hook.
Yes,
it won't be Kappa's a 5-year veteran. We're going to let him play through it. If he's not playing well, you're going to see Aaron Stinney in the game.
Yeah, and I definitely want this offense to challenge this Lovie Smith defense because, look, Lovie Smith being the former defensive coordinator and also the former head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you feel like you can score some points against them, and that's what you want to do, honestly. You want to get Brady. You want to keep him clean. You don't want to get him hurt. You want to figure out this running back situation. So, of course, you want to have balance of that offense. And I want to see some of these wide receivers, namely Antonio Brown.
That's the other position tonight you're going to see.
Right.
Who's the 4th, 5th, and 6th wide receiver?
Right.
Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson. You got Darden in the mix. Those are the 3 main guys that you're going to see.
Right.
That are battling because not all 6 guys are going to dress on game day. You might dress 4 for sure.
Right.
Maybe 5. Maybe a 5th guy, and it's that guy that can play special teams.
I don't know who this is. We're getting a call, so let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the NSPN Watch Party. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Travis with Rocket Sports and Entertainment. Just wanted to say hi to you guys. You're doing a great job, and I wish I was there, guys. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so it's better to be extended.
And that's right. This is Travis Faley, who was going to join us. He is a part of the NSPN broadcasting team here. We're going to give you these watch parties right now. We're live at Ducky's getting you ready for Houston versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3rd and final preseason game. What are some of the matchups you're looking forward to tonight? Position battle that you got your eyes on with the Bucs in this Texan game.
You know what I'm really looking forward to, Pete? And I think this is critical, not to throw you a curveball.
No, it's fine.
The most important thing for the Buccaneers tonight is one thing, Peter, and that is staying healthy.
Yes.
Yes.
Healthy is the key word for this particular game. this team is raring to go. This team's got legitimate back-to-back the Tampa Bay Lightning aspirations. And this game, yes, it's important, but the biggest thing, in my opinion, is being healthy. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to. You don't want to see any terrible injuries. We're running down the game time. I didn't even realize how fast this went, but we've got a couple minutes to go, Travis. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try to get some more people on here really quick before we hit the end the broadcast button. All right, I appreciate you, okay?
Absolutely. Everybody gets Duckies. Duckies is fantastic in South Bend, Tampa. Some of the best food out there. So get your Duckies Monday through Sunday. Get out there, especially for our watch party. It's going to be a fantastic season.
All right, love it. Good stuff there. Travis Haley of Rocket Sports and Entertainment, and, of course, our Around the NFL correspondent and newest member here on NSPN, the watch party here on the Next Gen Sports Media Network. Appreciate you, as always. Do we want to get Jamal on? Yeah, I know, but I want to get him on really quick. Can we get him on real quick? Jamal. He can't hear me.
All right, let's talk real quick.
Yes.
I know we got a couple more minutes. Tight end. This is a big game for O.J. Howard.
Well, to me, look, that was the most disappointing facet.
He could be on the trade block.
Well, I mean, look, you're going to take $6 million. That's what you have to look at.
He's got
right.
1 year left on his deal.
Right. You got to start catching the ball consistently, period.
And does Tanner Hudson make this team as the fourth tight end?
That's definitely a position that a lot of people are going to be looking at tonight. So,
I mean,
with that being said, anything else to add? Because we got to get out of here. I don't want people to miss the game. The game is coming on right now.
They can watch the game and listen to us.
No. We're going to watch the game. We'll be back on the halftime show here.
Depth on the backside of the roster. Defensive line depth, secondary depth. Which are those guys that make the 5th and 6th defensive linemen and the 5th, 6th, 7th DBs? Special teams-wise, you're going to see a lot of that tonight.
All right, good stuff there. So we will wrap it up here. We'll get you out of here on that. Let's go ahead and just wrap it up here live from Duckies. I'm your host, Peter Blake. For Jason Powers, of course, and Blake Anthony, we'll get more people on here throughout the night. We'll have a halftime show, and then we'll come back for your post-game edition. So keep it locked here on NSPN live from Duckies Sports Bar, 1719 West Kennedy Avenue. See you later.
Hey, Stan Arthur here for the I Love St. Pete Facebook group. If you're a business owner looking to connect with tens of thousands of potential new local customers, you owe it to yourself to get enrolled in our Key Tag Rewards program. Since 2019, we've signed up more than 200 local merchants. Sponsor opportunities are available too, such as our group banner ad and even your own custom key tags. Just go to stpetekeytag.com, get enrolled, and get ready to get busy. stpetekeytag.com.